Welcome to Bear With Us, the podcast where two women bravely explore the High Line.
One charming town and quirky event at a time.
We're here for the people, the stories, and the small moments that make this place special.
And don't worry, zero bears.
Probably. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bear With Us, the podcast where we talk small towns, big ideas, and occasionally actual bears. I'm Julea.
And I'm Sara. And today things are a little different. We don't have a guest joining us. It's just us. Just two gals with a mic and absolutely no plan.
Improvisation is my love language.
Great, because this episode's basically a trust fall.
This is something we've been meaning to do for a while, just take a step back and introduce ourselves a little bit more. We always ask our guests questions, but we thought maybe it was time to flip the script.
And to be completely honest, guys, we are recording this on a Monday, so our filter might be a little non-existent.
Okay, so since we always try to keep things at least a little bit on brand, I'm going to start with a bear-related icebreaker. Sara, if you had to pick one kind of bear to represent your personality, what would it be and why?
I really want to say a panda bear because I too like to loaf around and just eat. But I also feel like people want to cuddle panda bears, and I don't want to be cuddled.
Don't
so
touch Sara; she will be upset.
It's kind of a, I identify as that, but please don't treat me as such. So that's what I'm going with.
I like it.
What about
That's
you?
funny.
What bear represents your personality?
Oh man, I'm honestly pretty simple. I think I'm probably just a black bear.
Boring.
I know. I'm pretty adaptable. I really like snacks and I like a calm forest.
I love the idea that bears nap so much too.
Honestly, I want to be a bear. I just
know.
want to sleep all day. All right. So we're going to do a rapid fire round now. We're going to call it unbearably honest.
Ooh.
I'm going to ask a few quick questions and you got to answer fast, no overthinking. Are you ready?
Oh Lord, let's go.
All right. First question. What's your weirdest talent?
I don't think it's so much a weird talent, so much as it is a little lesser known talent of mine that a lot of people around here don't know. But I actually play a significant amount of musical instruments.
You do?
Yeah, I learned how to play piano when I was little.
Okay.
I don't boast to be wonderful at it anymore, but I can play with both hands. So I think
I can't do that.
that's
So
something I can do. And then I got pretty good at the clarinet. And then I taught myself how to play the saxophone. And then our oboe player moved away. So they asked me if I would play the oboe. So I taught myself how to play the oboe. RIP to my family's ears on that one.
You know what? Fair,
It was
fair.
not great. And then I didn't like marching band. I really was just in band for jazz band, for
That's
being
fair.
completely honest. But I had to do marching band. So I learned how to play like the xylophones and marimbas and stuff.
I did that too because I
Yeah.
wanted to get out of
I didn't want to
marching
march.
band.
Again, I'm a panda bear. It just sounded like a lot. But I grew up in Illinois, so we had like a really big band that we like
Oh,
toured the
that's so
state,
cool.
did competitions. So yeah, I can still fiddle with quite a few of them.
That's a
I do
lot
not
of
play the fiddle,
instruments.
but
Fiddle would be hard.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to learn like the violin or the fiddle. I always felt like that would be a really cool instrument to play, but I can't even play the piano with two hands. So
I tried to teach myself the guitar, and for some reason, strings are just
Yep.
not my thing.
Most of my family can play guitar,
Yeah.
not I.
Decently musically inclined, but that's the limit.
That's fascinating. Okay, a food that you pretend to like, or a food you pretend to like but secretly don't like.
I am a woman well into her 30s where I don't pretend to like things that I don't anymore. A food that I should like, and there shouldn't be a reason why I dislike it as much as I do, is celery.
You know what? Same. I hate celery, but sometimes I'll crave it and I'll be like, oh, you know what sounds good? Ants on a log. I'll put some peanut butter, put some raisins. I take one bite and I'm like, yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, why am I doing this?
Why would
It's
anyone want
stringy.
that?
It's got a weird
Yes.
taste to it, and if you chop it up and put it in my buffalo chicken wrap, I'm going to
Absolutely
be
not.
upset.
Absolutely not. I I don't mind a tiny, 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 tiny bit in like a potato salad, but if I can taste it,
It's
I'm
too
gonna be
much.
mad.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And I will pick it out.
Celery lovers can
They're weird.
they need to tell us what their secret is because it's bad. Okay, what's the last thing you Googled?
Oh, this is actually a fun one. I didn't prepare for these at all. I didn't know that you were, but I am actually going to Chicago tomorrow for the National Brownfields Conference with our director of loan services, and we had a free evening. So they have on Wednesdays the Adler Planetarium in Chicago opens up for like evening shows and stuff like that.
Cool.
So I was Googling the Adler Planetarium. And I'm from Illinois, so I used to go to Chicago all the time for field trips and all sorts of fun things. So I have very fond memories of the planetarium, and I think this is going to be really fun just
Oh
to
my
revisit that.
goodness. Oh, I'm jealous. That's really, really cool. Okay, what's the worst job you've ever had?
Mm, let's see.
And you
I
don't have to name names, but like just like what you did at the job.
it wasn't like a real job, but sometimes in the summers, my dad worked at car dealerships when I was growing up, and they would get like really backed up on paper that needed to be shredded and stuff. It was like this whole back room full of papers. So they would pay me like, I mean, I like I said, I'm well into my 30s, so let's be honest, it was like $5 or $6 an hour at the time, and I would just go into work with him and sit in this room by myself and shred papers.
That's awful.
But when you're, 14, 15, it
Yeah,
was like, all right, yeah, I can
I'll make some money.
make a little extra money. It was not fun.
Yikes. Oh, I couldn't do that. Okay, what's your dream podcast guest?
Oh.
Dream guest to my podcast?
Oh my goodness, we're so new at this. We have a good list going of people that I really, really want to be on the podcast. Um, that's a hard question. I think if we could get um like a politician on a national level,
That would be cool.
somebody that, we can really speak to like Montana as a whole, I think that that would be really fun.
I like that. That'd be sweet. Politicians,
Yeah.
hit us up.
So we're gonna flip it. What's your weirdest talent?
My weirdest talent. Oh boy. I can do a cartwheel on a balance beam, but I cannot walk in a straight line.
I was gonna say you fall just like thinking about walking. The idea of you doing a cartwheel on a balance beam sounds like a guaranteed trip to the
It
ER.
makes no sense to me. I got put in gymnastics as a kid and I thrived. Did so good. Loved gymnastics. Learned how to do a phenomenal cartwheel and then could do it on a balance beam, but I can't walk up or down the stairs or in a straight line.
No.
It is it's a hazard.
Yeah. For those who don't know, like if Julia is carrying anything up and down the stairs, you might as well get a cast ready because she will fall.
It's true though.
Yeah.
I've broken both wrists 3 times each.
It is preposterous how clumsy you are. A food you pretend to like but secretly don't.
You know, I'm kind of the same way. I do not pretend to like things, but I will eat things if I have to. So, um, potato soup is one of those that like I will choke down and be like, "Wow, that was good. You did so great at that." I hate it. It's so gross.
Everybody
Hate it.
who's ever made you potato soup now is like,
Most
oh.
most people know, but I'm so sorry. It is not good. It's so mushy.
The texture is just, yeah.
No. Ugh.
Last thing you Googled.
Um, so I went camping this last week and got a nasty mosquito bite on my arm. Sarah has seen it. It's disgusting and kind of rashy. So the last thing that I Googled was Skeeter syndrome.
I love this.
It is the weirdest name, but it's actually a thing that will happen with mosquito bites if you get bitten by like you have like a bad reaction to a female mosquito's saliva, and that's what I have on my arm currently, and it's so itchy.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I think you should color it. Like,
I should. I mean,
yeah.
it's already purple, but
Worst job you ever had.
when I was a teenager, I worked in the kitchen at a care center.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that. Every shift you'd get so sweaty, especially if you're like the dishwasher. And I worked with a whole bunch of like 14 to 18-year-olds. So the drama in there was wild, absolutely wild. I only worked there for like 6 months. And it was, I have like a lifetime of stories and memories from it.
PTSD.
PTSD for sure.
Uh, and then who would your dream podcast guest be? That's hard to say, podcast guest.
Podcast guest. Um, I don't know either. That is so tough. Dream podcast guest. I also would love to get a good politician on here. I think that would be interesting. Or maybe the head of like a big community development organization or something.
Ooh, like outside perspective on what we're
Yeah.
doing here.
Yeah, maybe from a different state or at the national level, just
Oh,
to kind of know what they're seeing and what changes they're having to make to get through the times we're living in.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
Look at that. We're getting so many ideas for future episodes. All right, now that we know all the fun things about each other, Julia, we're gonna treat you like we do any other guest.
Oh
Give
boy.
us a little insight into your background. Where are you from? How'd you end up here? All that fun things.
Yeah. So I was born in Wyoming, and then we moved up to Montana when I was about 8. I grew up here in Havre and went to Havre High School, graduated from there, moved away for a minute, and then came back and married my husband. We've been married for 9 years this year and settled down. I stumbled into community development work and economic development in general by accident. I've always loved the nonprofit world. I did not know how you would get in there. I didn't know if there was any money to be had in there. Um, but I accidentally ended up at the Havre Chamber of Commerce. Started there as the office manager and then moved up to executive director. Got my foot in the door there with a little bit of economic development. That's a hard job. Um, that was very busy. And then I got asked to come over to Bear Paw Development, and I had no idea what Bear Paw did. I had no clue what I was getting myself into. And here I am.
Still don't know what we're
Still don't
getting
know what I'm
ourselves
getting
into.
myself into. Yeah, it's quite a whirlwind, but um, I love the work that we do here, and I feel like I dig myself deeper and deeper into it every day. And you'd probably have to cut off my claws to get me out of this. So
And can you give just like a bird's eye view of what you do here?
yeah, so I'm the director of community development, and I do a lot of grant writing and grant management for critical infrastructure, mainly for our local governments, so counties, towns, cities. Work a little bit with water and sewer districts. I also work with grant writing, grant management. We've dipped our toes into tourism, so that's been interesting. I did a little bit of tourism at the chamber, and so got to kind of bring it over here, and
It's been
Sarah gets to
fun.
help me with
I
that.
enjoy it.
But yeah, I get to work with all of our local governments on making sure that our critical infrastructure, our water, our wastewater, stormwater systems, bridges, roads, all those types of things, mostly beneath ground. Are all in working condition and are up to code. So I have learned more about wastewater than I have ever wanted to know. But I actually do find it fascinating. I get to work with a lot of engineering firms, a lot of engineers, DEQ, those types of things. So it's been quite a learning process, but it's kind of a cool job. So now I'm going to turn it around on you, Sarah.
Dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. How did you get here? What brought you into economic development?
I too fell into economic development by accident. Um, I originally I'm from Illinois. I kind of moved around a lot growing up and everything. And then after I graduated high school in Illinois, my parents moved here, and I went to school in Iowa for a year, and then it was one of those where I got in-state tuition either in Illinois or in Montana since my parents lived here and I was still 18. And I thought, you know what? New adventure. Let's go to Montana. So I ended up in
To the
Missoula. To the
mountains.
mountains we go. So I went to Missoula and I took a couple years off because I was young and dumb, but ended up graduating, long story short,
We all
from
do it in
UM.
our own time.
Yeah, just not consecutively, but we ended up finishing it, so it's great. And I actually have a degree in history because I was going to go to law school, but turns out law school is really expensive.
What?
Yeah, so I took a year off. I deferred my admission to the law school one of the law schools I got into that I was going to go to, and I ended up here and fell into social work of all things. So I actually did some social work, a lot of children's case management and mental health services. Then I worked at Child and Family Services for a few years. I ran the Children's Advocacy Center. So I was just doing, just in the muck of it with all that. And then weirdly enough, in the fall of 2020, the position that you have currently, you were not,
I was not
no,
here.
not there at the time, but it was open, and I applied for that, and I interviewed, and then that very evening, Paul, our executive director, called me and said, "Hey, um, it looks like we have somebody else for that position in mind." Again, not Julia; it was somebody else at the time, but our director of community planning and brownfields just put in her notice, and I really think that you would be a good fit for that. So I got this job by applying for a different job, and not getting it. That's kind of a weird way of saying it, but he was right. He said that he thinks that my personality would be a better fit for this job and things like that, and 100% is correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Now that I know exactly what both jobs do, I know how much you dread spreadsheets, and
yes,
that's most of my jobs.
yeah.
So,
There, I can do them,
yes.
but I have a few choice words when
Yeah.
I'm doing them. So
Okay. So, director of planning and brownfields, what are those words?
I have the fun projects. So Julia's all underground. I do everything above ground. So I do a lot of grants for like architectural reports, feasibility studies to see if a project is going to be financially feasible in the future. I work with uh, every county and city we have just to any various project. It's kind of the junk drawer, my community planning department is. I help you out with tourism. We kind of tag
Yep.
team that one together. And then I actually do the reporting and am the point of contact for the Montana Main Street designation that Haber has.
Which is
So I do that
awesome.
for them, and we are able to find some more grants. Um, so yeah, it's not like it's so hard to explain, especially when somebody is just like, "What do you do?" Because I'm like, like, "How much time do you have?" Because there's so many different projects that I do, and then on top of that, I also do brownfields, which is a brownfield is essentially like an underused or not used site that has contamination, whether that be from hazardous building materials like asbestos or petroleum from it being an old gas station or old dry cleaners are huge for that. And I have some grants with the EPA, and we're able to go in and do the assessments, and then we're able to help people get them cleaned up so that we can redevelop these sites into something that contributes back to the commercial landscape of our area. So we've had really cool projects with
You
brownfields.
have had awesome projects, and
That's
they're
probably my
they're so
favorite.
great because they also kind of tie into some of the other departments that we have here at Bear Paw, such
100%.
as our loan department that helps small businesses get up and running. Well, what do you need for business? A building,
Mhm. But it's dirty.
but it's
So,
dirty.
yeah, no, that's been really fun.
I love it. That is so cool. Also, can you talk about our first impressions of each other? Because
I don't know if we should.
for anyone that doesn't know, Sarah and I are kind of related. I actually married Sarah's cousin. So even though we did not grow up even near each other,
No.
we ended up working at the same place together.
And now we're closer than I am with my cousin.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Haha, I win.
which really this says something about you because I was born in to this tomfoolery and you have voluntarily entered it. So
And I will keep voluntarily keeping on because I do love your family.
we're okay. Uh,
So, we have had some amazing guests. What has been your favorite episode to record so far?
I think that our very first episode, the one we did with Paul, um,
Let's talk about that episode.
yes, it was our first. We had the jitters. We didn't know what we were doing, and we were definitely just winging it, kind of how we
Oh,
do every week.
big winging it.
Yeah, but I think the fact that we're comfortable around Paul.
Yeah,
We work with him every day. We have worked with him for many years. Um, we don't take him as seriously as maybe some people take their boss.
touche.
Sorry, boss. Sorry, Paul. Um, but I think that that definitely made it easier, and it made some of the jitters.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a fun episode because we've heard a lot of Paul's stories, but
Mhm.
not necessarily in chronological order.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of fun to guide him through talking about his whole life. But for anybody that has not talked to us in person, so Sarah brought this idea back of starting this podcast, and we were like, yeah, let's do it, but we don't want to invest too much money, ahead of time because what if we hate it? What if it fails?
What if you all hate it?
Exactly. You guys don't hate it, right? And so we got some of our equipment. We were like, we're gonna set up in the basement of the Bear Paw building. Well, turns out the basement of the Bear Paw building has terrible Wi-Fi, and we had to re-record the episode because our first recording sounded awful.
Terrible.
I mean, it sounded like we were talking through walls. It was horrible.
Like underwater almost. It was
Yeah,
just not
it
great.
was miserable, and we were so bummed because we felt like it was a really good episode. Um, so of course, when we were like, "Hey, Paul, we have to record this," he's like, "Oh, that sucks, but now I know, what you're gonna ask." So we changed every question. We changed the entire format, and we took him completely by surprise.
Yeah, we didn't give him a heads up on
Not even a little
anything.
bit,
No.
and he came in completely blind and was like, "Wait a minute, this isn't what you asked last time." But it turned out to be a better episode than the first one.
It really did. I thought
Yeah,
it flowed a lot better.
it did.
And maybe we all just kind of not knew what we were doing. I still don't think we really know what we're doing, but
No, not at all.
um I don't know, it was just more comfortable. And I think it really set the tone for how we treated the other episodes after that.
Absolutely, and, we're only what is this, episode 5, I
I think
think?
so, yeah. We've done so many, guys, I've lost track.
Oh, yeah. Oh, too many. Even just a couple episodes in, I feel like we've already gotten to meet some really, really interesting people, or not even just meet, but get to know them a little bit better. Um, and that's been really fascinating, and I can't wait to continue.
I have to say though, I only just noticed it now. Paul has been our only male guest.
Oops.
How did I not notice this till
We
now?
have we have a lot of men on our list. Don't worry, we'll get to them. We'll bring them
Yeah.
back.
Well, there's
Oops.
that. I promise that was not intentional. We literally just realized that. What's been your favorite episode?
I really loved the episode with Heather DePriest out of
Yes.
Chinook. I thought that she was an absolutely fascinating human being. I loved her outlook on everything to do with community and getting things started all on your own. And I've just been a huge proponent of if you want something done, you have to get in there and get your hands dirty, especially when it comes to things in your community. And so just hearing how she is actually doing that and, putting herself to work and putting everyone around her to work,
Hmm.
I just love it. And hearing about how much she loves her community, like I feel like we go and visit the small towns in our district and, people come and visit here, but I feel like when you really talk to people that live in a place, like they just have this different outlook and I love hearing about why they choose to live there.
And they're going into construction
I
like this
know.
week. That is so
Yes.
exciting.
I mean, it's sad that the pool is closed, but that's okay. It's been really rainy
Right.
anyways. So rainy. But I'm so excited for Chinook to
Yes.
get that pool done. I know this is just the first phase of it, but oh, it's going to be so good.
Well, something that since you brought up how we had to re-record Paul's episode, There was something that we did in the original episode that we didn't do in the one that aired, and I loved it, and I thought it was so much fun, is kind of just having a chit chat about our favorite things to do in the Bear Paw area.
Oh, yeah.
We span from Chester to Malta down to Fort Benton. We've got this huge,
Huge area.
huge area, and there's so many fun things to do here. And I know we share a big one that
We
we do love
do.
doing, which is floating the
We
Marias.
love to float the
It's
Marias.
so much fun at
It's
this
so
little gym.
beautiful.
Ugh.
Absolutely beautiful down there. But there's so many other things to do as well. I love camping in the Bear Paws.
Mhm.
I know that you've been to the hot springs.
Yes, I love going to Sleeping Buffalo. My
I
daughter
haven't
loves
been
it.
there
It's so
yet.
fun.
I really want to go
They have a
there.
steakhouse there now I really wanna go try.
Ooh, yum.
Yes, I just love me a good steak.
Same.
Ugh.
Same. Oh, yum. Yeah, I feel like um even going down to like Fort Benton, I love Fort Benton. It is so cute down there.
Have you had a blue goo at the freeze?
No.
Oh,
What is
you
a
would
blue
love this.
goo?
It is this so the freeze is that little, like, shop that has, the little
Yeah.
food place, and they have the ice cream called Blue Goo, and
Yum.
my spousal unit introduced it to me. It almost tastes like cotton candy.
I
I know, and you have an
have
affinity.
a cotton candy obsession.
But
Love
it's
cotton
it's like
candy.
this little thing they do, and it's got a little
Ooh,
blue swirl in it, and
I'm gonna have to go there.
it's super
Oh, that
cute,
sounds
and their
great.
food is good there. I
Ooh.
enjoy going to the freeze.
I don't think I've eaten there. That sounds amazing. Well, speaking of good food, we would be remiss if we did not talk about the Sugar Shack. Another gem
Oh,
in our area.
yes. I
I
had it this
love it.
weekend.
Did you?
Well, I live in Rudyard, so it's
This
just
is
down the
true.
street from me. So
I heard it's for sale.
it is. Yes. Kim has done amazing things with it. We're hoping to have her as a guest here in a few
Yeah.
weeks. She is just the sweetest little peach ever. But she's going to be a grandma now, so she's going
Oh,
to spend more time doing that.
that is so
But
exciting.
I have a funny story about the Sugar Shack because I have lived in Rudyard for many, many years. And when I was expecting my daughter, I had her, she just turned 4 like a couple weeks ago or a week ago. So it was the end of July and I was horrifically pregnant. And it was horrifically warm. And I was in there so often getting a milkshake because I was like, this is the only thing that brings me joy right now. So I'm going to be doing that. And I remember I didn't think I was in there that often, but apparently I was because I walked in one time and Kim goes, "Do you have a punch card?" And I was like, "No, I don't think I do." And she was like, "All right, well, this one's free because you've definitely bought enough to
Oh
earn
my
a free one." And
gosh.
I was like, "I have a problem."
How
Like, I'm
cute though.
in here all the time
Oh my goodness.
getting milkshake.
I
They're so
mean,
good.
to be fair, if the Sugar Shack was any closer to have her, I would also be there all
Oh,
the time, and I'm not pregnant,
yeah.
so
And then a little further down the road is the Inverness Supper Club,
yes.
and it is so
So
good.
good. That is a hidden gem.
Yes, there's so many
So many
so many
great
little things.
places.
I know.
I love it. And wonderful people too.
Mhm.
I love the people up along the High Line and just in the Bear Paw district in general. It's also so funny to me because you can go anywhere in our district and someone will know someone from all the way across. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's like you've said so many times, Montana really is just a really big small town.
It really is. It blows my mind.
It does. It's so crazy. I'll be talking with my grandparents and I'll tell them, oh, I went over here and then I went over here. And my grandfather's like, oh, well, do you know so and so over there? I'm like, how do you know them?
No, I do not know them. Oh, that happened, because my grandmother, so your husband's grandmother as well, was from Opheim, and I was in Glasgow with my husband, and we were at, like, a bar or something waiting for somebody, and he went up to get a drink and started talking to this older gentleman. I had no idea who he was, and he was like, "Where are you from?" And the guy said, "Oh, I'm from Opheim." And, my husband goes, "My wife's grandma is from Opheim." And he was like, "Oh, okay. What was her name?" And he told her, and he was like, "That's my sister."
Oh
I
my
did not
gosh.
know. I felt so bad, but like I lived in Illinois growing, I
Yeah.
wasn't really around that much. So
How funny is
it's
that?
the most random things that happen.
I have somewhat of a similar story. It's not even from necessarily Montana, but I was in Great Falls one time and I ran into this lady and she looks at me and she goes, "Do you know Barbara Pratt?" And I was like, "From Lovell, Wyoming?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's my aunt." She's like, "You look just
How?
like her."
How?
I know. I was creeped out. I was like, okay,
Okay,
bye."
yeah, I gotta go.
So wild. I
It
just
is.
love it.
It's bananas how that happens up here.
Okay, so I would like to start a new segment here, and I'd like to call it Bear with Our Obsessions.
Oh Lord.
So, what's something that you're loving right now? It could be a show or a book, local business, whatever you want.
I don't get to watch a lot of shows that aren't Bluey these days.
Which, to be fair, Bluey is
It
great.
is a slight obsession of mine, but with a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, I am limited in my viewing till after 8. But I started watching Hunting Wives on
Ooh, I
Netflix.
just saw that the like picture on Netflix.
Yes. Do not watch that around children.
Oh boy.
Yes, it earns a rating,
Okay.
whatever it has. Um, I'm kind of getting into it. Like I'm kind of liking it.
Mm,
So I'm enjoying that one right now. It's
I'll
kind
have
of
to
my
check
newer.
that out.
I tend to just stick to my comfort watches, like
The Office.
New Girl, things like
Yeah.
that. So I do that. Let's see. I don't read a whole lot. That sounds terrible. I read a lot in college,
Yeah.
and because I had to read so much getting my history degree, I have had trouble diving back into reading for pleasure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I'm trying. I'm trying to
Yeah.
find ways to do it, but I think my brain is still hardwired to you must soak knowledge from this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know. Sometimes I want to shut my brain off and
Y
just read a book.
it's funny that you bring that up because that's actually what I've been obsessed with right now, is reading, specifically the Libby app. Have you ever heard of the
No,
Libby
I've
app?
never heard of it.
Okay, so basically, it's where you can get your library card at your local library, and then you put that library number in, and, like, you get to read books for free.
Like on a
Yeah,
tablet or
yeah,
something?
you can get it on your Kindle.
Oh
Yeah, and you,
wow.
like, check them out virtually, and you can also check out audiobooks. So, my husband took our six-year-old, this summer to the library because he's like, "Oh, we're gonna get her a library book. She's gonna love this," which she does. She's
Mhm.
a big library book fan. But then he got his library card and then got on the Libby app, and he was ranting and raving about it, and I was like, "No, it's not that cool, like, whatever. No, it's amazing." So, I went and got my library card. Support your local libraries.
Right.
And I've been reading books on there and I'm not paying for them.
That
Like
is fantastic.
so good. Now, the caveat to it is that they like buy so many copies of it, like virtual copies, and so sometimes you have to get on the waiting list, but even that's not bad.
No.
Um but oh my goodness, I am just thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. As somebody who is paying for Audible and for Kindle Unlimited, like that's like $30 that I don't have to pay anymore.
Well, and that's so amazing for kids to
Oh,
like
it's
get them to
amazing.
read more.
Yeah, Ellie has her iPad. Ellie is my daughter. She has her iPad, and we can just get a book on there, and it's great. It's so easy, and like returning them is just a click of the button.
I should look into
You
this.
should.
Yeah, my
It's
daughter has a
amazing.
little Kindle and that would be fantastic. She loves books
It's so cool.
and
Do you guys have library cards yet?
no, we
So,
don't.
because you live in Hill County, you can go to the Haverhill County Library, and get them. But it's really weird because you'll go in and you like give them all your information, and then they have to mail the card to you.
Oh, how
Yeah,
quaint.
so you have to wait a week, but it comes in the mail, and you're like, "Ooh, I'm a library card holder."
I used to, I just don't have one anymore, but
Yeah, you should
oh,
get one.
that would be
It's neat.
fun.
It's something that your kids can grow up with. It doesn't like expire,
Yeah,
so
we do the
it's neat.
Imagination Library from Dolly
Oh, that's
Parton.
awesome.
So
Dolly
every month,
Parton is
I'm like, Dolly
amazing.
sent you a book. And she gets really
Oh,
excited.
I wish Dolly would send me a book.
I know. It's so sweet. Oh,
That's funny. Oh, my other obsession, is sweet tarts. I know I'm typically a cotton candy girl, but I have been on a sweet tart kick, and, like, I swear I've gone through, like, 10 boxes in the last month and a half-ish. I love them. I'm, like, addicted. It's bad.
oh wow.
It's bad. I need to stop buying them.
You have a bit of a have a sweet tooth
I
on
do.
you.
I always have a candy drawer. The children of the office love my
My
office.
daughter makes a beeline for
They all
your
know where the
office.
candy drawer
Yeah.
is, and they come into my office, barely say hello, and go steal all my candy. So
How rude.
I'll take it. I need friends.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Well, what are some exciting things that you have coming up? Like, what are some exciting personal things you've got coming up? Since we're
Um,
getting to know each other, this is a get to know us sesh.
so one of the most exciting things, and I've actually been looking forward to this for about a year now, because we bought our tickets a year ago. And this, you guys can all laugh at me for being a big nerd, but my husband and some of our best friends are heading up to Calgary in September for the Stardew Valley Orchestra concert. And
Oh.
for anybody that doesn't know, Stardew Valley is an online game, like a computer game, and it's something that we've just played as friends. Our friends moved away a couple of years ago, and it's what we've one of the games we've played to try and stay in touch. And so we're gonna go watch the orchestra that plays the music from it because the music is actually quite fantastic. So
Well, that's fun.
I love Calgary, and I'm gonna
Love
love
it.
this.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are you looking forward to?
I feel like we just wrapped up all of our
We did.
adventures. I just recently went back to Illinois for my 20th high school reunion. I know it's hard to imagine that I am that old, but I am in fact geriatric. So that was great. Having moved away right after high school, it was really great to see everybody, and we had a really good turnout.
That's
And
so
my
great.
husband got to meet a bunch of people that I went to school with.
And he's best friends with them now.
He exchanged numbers with some of them. Like he has phone numbers from people from my high school that I don't even have phone numbers for
Also,
anymore.
like, get ready, Montana tourism
Oh my
industry.
lord.
Like,
He invited
Jake,
everybody.
he invited
Yes.
everybody.
The town of Mattoon, Illinois will be infiltrating Montana within the next 2 years.
We will welcome them with open arms.
They're all very polite, I assure you. But because of that, we've got 2 kids, so traveling is, she's rough.
Yeah.
We're in the muck of it right now, but I am really looking forward to fall.
Yeah?
My husband coaches football. Um, I love going to watch the games with my kiddos. I love that kind of community. It's his first year coaching out in North Star instead of coaching here in
Yeah,
Havre.
a little bit different view this year.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little different, but it'll be good to be closer to home. And then that just goes right into the holidays, and I love hosting me some Thanksgiving. That is my favorite holiday in the world. I love it.
And Sarah's a really good cook, so
And the more mimosas I have while I'm cooking, the better the Thanksgiving dinner turns out.
I love it. Oh my goodness, I love Thanksgiving.
Oh,
You
it's
can
the
come cook
best.
my Thanksgiving.
Ah,
So
it
good.
has all the good things. It has
Yes.
food. It has football. You get to
Nope.
hang out with family,
I thought you said
which
it had good
which
things.
can be good or bad, depending on what you choose. But I love just being in the kitchen, and I usually have a family member come help and like wrangle the children for me so that I
Oh,
can just focus on the kitchen.
that's nice.
I crank some music, I do my own thing, I don't get stressed out, and then I love just serving food and watching people eat it
Oh,
and
I love
enjoy
it.
what I created.
Oh, now you've got me, like, craving mashed potatoes.
Mm, love them.
Oh, I could eat mashed potatoes and gravy all day long. My daughter hates them.
My daughter hates them
What is
too.
wrong with them?
That's all I ate when I was
I
pregnant with
know.
her.
She ate them when she was a baby, loved them, and then she turned, like, 2 years old and started gagging on them.
Addie would never eat them.
Unless they're crispy potatoes, she will not eat
Yeah.
potatoes. I
For some
do
reason,
not
they have to be
understand.
fried.
Yeah,
Otherwise, they're not interested.
which, I mean, fair. French fries,
My
hash
1-year-old
browns.
scarfs them. He loves
Yeah.
them.
I hope he sticks with it
I
because
know. Well,
they're honestly
we found nothing he won't eat. So,
they're the best thing on this earth. So love
oh,
mashed potatoes.
yeah. What about work wise? Any fun projects coming up?
Well, we are finally bidding out the town of Hingham's wastewater project.
It's been a long time coming.
Big, big project, very long time coming. So I'm very excited about that. Finally got that funded out. We had to phase it down a little bit, but that's okay. We've got a lot of projects that are moving into construction this year. Chinook is working on their wastewater project. Harlem and Dodson just bid out their 2 projects. Both of those have water projects. And so those will be moving forward. And of course, Haver has their water project that I am right in the middle of because I live in Highland Park.
Mhm.
So our road hasn't been touched quite yet, but
It's
it's
coming.
coming. So we do love a little bit of construction work going on. Really trying hard to keep a positive attitude about living there because I know what it takes to get these projects done, and I understand the need behind them. Um, and then Geraldine is finishing up their water project for phase one and moving into phase two. So, um, if anyone wants to know how projects kind of go, so we're in phase one of Haver Water right now. We are starting to look for funding for phase two, and we are also starting to look for funding for an update to the preliminary engineering report for phase three. So there's always these multiple things going on at once just for one project.
They're an ever evolving beast
Oh my
the
goodness,
whole way through. People think that it's just
one
come
and
up with money
done.
and start.
No,
No, there's so much that
and
goes into
every
this.
phase is multiple millions of dollars. So it is difficult to find those
Mhm.
funds, but we're getting there. So keeps my job going, I guess. What
Keeps you
projects are
employed.
you looking forward to?
We've got quite a few brownfields projects. The Big Sandy Hotel
Oh,
that is
yes.
slated for demolition. Actually,
Wow.
there was no saving it. I know they're going to save the sign, but we're really excited to be able to use that space in Big Sandy. That is some prime space.
That'll be great. That'll be
So,
really good for the town.
yes, they've been wanting that. We got a grant for an architectural report for the Dinosaur Museum in Malta.
Yay!
That has been one that has been so hard to fund.
Oh, museums are so difficult.
Yes. So this was a huge win. We tried 2 other times, I think, to try to get something, and they just don't tend to favor projects like that.
No,
But I must have said something right in the
you
application
did
because they
it.
funded it. Um, yeah, I've got a bunch of assessments going in, a lot of ones that we're just going to be doing some testing. Um, just a whole bunch of brownfields and writing reports. We're going to be doing some abatement work in Geraldine. So
That'll
that'll be
be
coming up pretty
great.
soon. Yeah, if you ever see a site that has a big hole dug or something like that, and you're like, "What are they doing?" That might be us.
It's
Like,
probably
it's
abatement work.
probably brownfields. We like to dig holes, so
We like to dig holes.
that's what we do.
Oh my
I
goodness.
don't. I personally don't do it.
I like to take pictures.
Yeah, it's kind of fun watching going to the petroleum sites though. I was just out at Chester Motors, and it's crazy how when they dig to get rid of the contaminated soil, how much it smells.
Oh, I know they had the one, here in Havre, and I was so surprised that, like, it smelled like you just walked by a
Yep,
gas
it's
station,
dense.
and they've been out of business for
Yep,
years. I
that's how bad
mean,
the
and
contamination
not
is.
5 or 10 years, like 20 or
Oh, yeah,
30.
decades.
Yeah, it's just wild to me,
Yeah.
which, I mean, definitely is a testament to why it needs to get
Yes,
done.
that's in your groundwater sometimes, like, that
Ugh,
yeah, it needs to come out, so
yeah, that's
super fun.
horrible.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
just cruising along.
I like it. I really, really like it. All right. Well, we survived an episode with no guests, no outline, and honestly, like no real plan.
Yeah,
Uh, I'd say not bad.
10 out of 10 out of me. I loved it.
Would overshare again.
I tend to. It's kind of my go-to.
Same. Anybody that wants to get anything out of me, just ask. I'll give it up. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. And if you like this episode, let us know. Or send in your questions. Put it in the comments. Tell us what bear you would like to be or what bear you think you are. Or just, I don't know, drop a meme or a smiley face. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and as always, thanks for bearing with us.
Bye.